Hello students, welcome to Learners Academy. Today we'll study organic chemistry and we'll study the chapter purification and characteristics of organic compounds. It is very important for the students of 11th standard as well as for the students who are preparing for master cadre exam for science teacher Punjab region. So let us start the chapter. In the table of contents, we have certain objectives, and the first is purification. The purification methods involve crystallization, sublimation, and distillation, and we'll also study differential extraction and chromatography, their principle and their applications. We'll also study qualitative analysis, detention of nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, and halogen, along with quantitative analysis, estimation of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, halogen, sulfur, and phosphorus, calculation of empirical and molecular formula, last but not the least, numerical problems in organic quantitative. So these are the topics which we'll cover in the further lectures. So let us start the chapter. In the methods of purification, the first method we have is crystallization. In crystallization, a solvent is chosen where the compound to be purified is sparingly soluble. That is, it is sparingly soluble at lower temperature and soluble at high temperature. For example, crystals of benzoic acid can be crystalled with the help of water. Because benzoic acid is sparingly soluble in cold water and highly soluble in hot water. Like in the diagram given, we have solution of one solid with insoluble impurities. This solution is filtered just to remove the excess solid, and the remaining residue is then heated in the china dish, which when heated gives rise to a saturated solution, which is then cooled by placing it over a tray, and we obtain crystals of a solution. So this is the method of crystallization. And there are application of crystallization, and the first application is purification of seawater. Second is separation of alum crystal from impure samples. Third is in the pharmaceutical industry, crystallization is used as a separation and purification process of synthesis and isolation of crystals, and also for the separation of pure crystals from impure ones. Purification of seawater is very useful. So the seawater make useful for drinking purposes and other lab purposes. And the alum crystals we also use in lab and household things. And in pharmaceutical industry, this method is used for the preparation of medicine and other purposes, and it is also very useful for the separation of pure crystal from the impure one. So these are the applications of crystallization. Next method we have is sublimation. In sublimation, some solids can directly pass to the vapor state without going through the liquid state. This method of purification is called sublimation. It is helpful in separating sublimate compound from non-sublimate ones. Like in the diagram, a mixture of non-sublimate compound is taken in the china dish, which is heated with the help of flame, and over the china dish there is a perforated asbestos sheet is placed so that the vapors get collected into the funnel only, and there is a inverted funnel placed over the asbestos sheet, and which is covered with the tip with a cotton, and when the mixture get heated it sublimates and give rise to vapors which get stick to the wall of the funnel and which are obtained by this method. So this is the method of sublimation. We have some practical applications of sublimation, and the first is sublimation of iodine may be useful to reveal latent fingerprints on paper. The fingerprint method is useful for detective purposes in forensic labs. And sublimation is used to purify compounds. It is especially useful for organic compounds. Because dry ice sublimates so readily, the compound is used to produce fog effects also. So these are the applications of sublimation. The next method of purification is distillation. Distillation is a process where a mixture made of two or more liquid with different boiling point can be separated from each other. And the boiling point is defined as the temperature at which vapor pressure of the liquid is equal to the atmospheric pressure. This method separates volatile liquid from non-volatile liquids. In distillation, we have various types: simple distillation, fractional distillation, steam distillation. and vacuum distillation. These are the four important types of distillation, and we'll discuss. The first is simple distillation. In this method is best for separating liquid from a solution. In a way, the concept is similar to evaporation, but in this case, vapor is collected by condensation. For example, if you want to separate water from a salt solution, the simple distillation would be great for this. Like in the diagram, the salt water is taken in a flask, and in this flask there is a thermometer attached to set the temperature, and the flask have a point where a pipe is connected, and over the pipe there is a condenser attached with the two holes, and with one hole cold water is poured in, and with the other hole hot water came out of the condenser, and the other end of the pipe is connected to the flask, with the help of which we get the condensed vapors which get collected in the form of fresh water in the flask. So this is a very important process of distillation and method of purification. In this way we obtain a fresh water which is useful for drinking purposes and other purposes. And other method of purification is fractional distillation. In fractional distillation, the separation of liquid mixture into fraction differing in boiling point by means of distillation, typically using a fractionating column. It involves several vaporization and condensation steps. Like for example, crude oil is distilled with the help of heat, and by varying boiling points, we use this method by applying various vaporization and condensation steps to obtain fuel oil, jet oil, petrol and various gases. So this is useful in oil refinery purposes. So this is the fractional distillation. And other is steam distillation, a technique in which volatile components of a material are separated by passing steam through the heated material is known as steam distillation. In this process, it is useful to obtain essential oils and herbal distillates from several aromatic flowers and herbs. And in the diagram, water plus plant are taken in a flask, and in the flask steam is passed through the flask which heat the flowers and water, and which then cooled, and in the form of vapor we contain hydrosol and essential oil in the other beaker, and there is a layer of hydrosol and essential oil which is separate, you can see in the diagram, with and the essential oil is collected separately, which is very useful in beauty purposes and medicinal purposes. So that was all about the methods. Now we'll study the applications. The first application is distillation of fermented products. Produce distilled beverages with a high alcohol content or separate other fermented products of commercial value. Like it is very useful to separate the ferment products so that we can use it for commercial values like alcohol and other beverages. It is also effective method for desalination also. So to get the fresh water for drinking purposes also. And it is very helpful in the petroleum industry. Oil stabilization is a form of partial distillation that reduces the vapor pressure of crude oil, thereby making it safe for storage and transport as well as reducing the atmospheric emission of volatile hydrocarbons. So this is useful in petroleum industry also. The other application is in midstream operations at oil refineries. Fractional distillation is a major class of operation for transforming crude oil into fuels and chemical feed works. So in the crude oil conversion into fuels, as we discussed in the fractional distillation, it is very useful to obtain petrol, diesel and other gases. And next is cryogenic distillation leads to separation of air into its components, notably oxygen, nitrogen and argon. The air get converted into oxygen, nitrogen and argon, which is used for industrial use like for companies, industries and for other chemical lab purposes. And it is in the chemical industry, large amount of crude liquid products of chemical synthesis are distilled to separate them either from other products, from impurities or from unreacted starring material. So this is all about the chapter. So thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to our channel if you like the video. You can also follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn and Instagram. If you want to give any suggestion, then comment in the comment section, and kindly stay connected to the channel for further videos.